now invite our chief guest of the function, Sri K. Padmanabhaya Sir, IAS retired, Chairman Court of Governors ASCII and Chairman Advisory Council SIPS to deliver keynote address.
Biodiversity is very, very important for each one of us. That's what, even though it is a repetition, I just wanted to mention that what exactly biodiversity does. I have taken about 6 of the most important ones. One is that provides the diversity in the biological field, provides resources for food production, for agriculture, for fuel, for health, neem, mulukkada, all these things they have mentioned, no? Is all because of the biodiversity. That is the first one. The second one is fertilizing the soil. The biomass is the one who fertilizes the soil. If the soil fertility is not there, you would not be growing these things. The third one is recycling the nutrients. The fourth one is regulating pests and diseases. It controls the pests, it controls the diseases when that balance is there. If you kill some of those things, it would not happen. The fifth one is controlling erosion, soil erosion. If the soil goes, you can't produce any. Very, very rich lands, green lands have become deserts in the past. And the last one is pollinating the crops and trees. The biodiversity, this one, it pollinates. The role of bees, we know all these things. So these are the main ones. So what needs to be done is, this topic should be taken out of these conference rooms and mainstreamed. It should become a people's movement for all the people who have come, from the BMCs. They are the ones who have to implement this. This point has been made, but I thought I would re-emphasize that. Why it is important is, if you treat it as a ornithologist or somebody else's interest and all that, what happens is, see what has happened with the climate change. The climate change business we have been talking for quite some time. And there were doubters about climate change, nahi hota hai, vagera, vagera, kuch nahi hai. But now, after 20 years or so, we are now realizing the impact of it. So I think I have made my points. Somebody mentioned about agarbattis also come from, this one, biodiversity. I was reading somewhere, Vietnam is one of the largest exporters of agarbattis. Now, I don't know whether you know it. We import a lot of things from Vietnam. Do you know how it has happened? Some years ago, 10 of them came to Tamil Nadu, Kerala, to study this making of agarbattis. 10 fellows. They went back, and there are about 1,000 units manufacturing the agarbattis there, and they are being re-exported to us. So it's that should not happen. And these days, my son is a biotechnologist, so he keeps telling me, and the regular mainstream biotechnology. But these days he is concentrating, he brings a lot of medicines to me and gives turmeric, adrak, and then CBD oil occasionally. I am not supposed to mention it because there are some restrictions on it. So like this, somebody has said, you don't have to go anywhere for medicines. You go into your kitchen. All the spices that are there are the most beautiful medicines, for you. So, yeah, as a field officer, I had observed what happens if you don't take care of the biodiversity and the foreign species come, alien species, they would destroy. This Parthenium seed, I was in Maharashtra, so I know how much you would know. It's called, in Maharashtra, it used to be called Congress grass, because it has a white cap, on the top, Vayari Bama. So I have seen thousands of acres being destroyed by this particular Parthenium seed. I have seen the water hyacinth occupying lakes and rivers and everything, you can't do anything. He was mentioning the birds also don't go into those lake bodies. So somebody mentioned about Aminpur lake. Good, but I also am responsible for urban development and all that. So I watch what is happening. My people report to me that all the sewage and septage, it's all let into those lakes, into that particular lake. So after a few years, or this one, the lake might even disappear. It's supposed to be a breeding, this one, for birds. How many lakes have been destroyed in Telangana? They are doing a lot of good work elsewhere. But how many lakes? All the lakes in Hyderabad area and all that are completely gone. But I must pay compliments to the Telangana government. One thing they have done very well, extremely well, is greening of the land, Harita Haram. They have done excellent work. I think we must congratulate the Telangana government on that. But after congratulating, I want to say one more thing. Now, the Biodiversity Act in India was made in 2002. Rules were made in 2004. Then National Biodiversity Board, I think, has come around that time. But then it has taken so many years for Telangana to have its own act. Of course, the division took place and all that, 2014. Now, we are in 2022. 14 plus 6 plus 2, 8 years. Now, talking about this particular action plan, mainstream it, take it to the people, especially the ladies in the villages, in the BMCs and all that. I'm very happy that over 1,000 BMCs have been done here.